Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joe and this is Pathfinder Excavating. Welcome back after some much needed time off. It's been a few weeks since I've last spoke to you guys or seen you on a video. Today I want to introduce the new log splitter here behind me. It's a SplitFire 2265. Alright, first thing I noticed about this splitter when walking up to it, let me back up. I purchased this splitter this year at the Paul Bunyan show down in Southern Ohio. This is a SplitFire 2265. SplitFire is the make. Model is 2265. So I walked up to this splitter. I noticed how compact it was. I liked its simplicity. I seen that it had a log lift on it, and I was very intrigued about this wedge because it looks different than any other log splitter I've ever had. So this wedge splits in both directions. The in-stroke obviously is going to be a little weaker, so you just want to pay attention to that. I upgraded to the Honda engine. You could get a Briggs & Stratton, I think, but don't quote me on that. Honda GX200 runs this little splitter fine. So far I've only got probably an hour splitting with it. I just haven't had too many jobs yet, but firewood inventory is pretty much out, so we need to start getting some stuff ready for next year. I'm going to use the splitter in the garage, but I'm going to open the garage and let it vent out. Alright, again, the reason I'm splitting this stuff so small is it has a little bit of moisture in it. Here you can see that this wood got wet. You see some molding going on here on this wood. Here's a little bit more on the edge there. Now, I did a shorts video, I think, of the IBC tote covers that I bought from Amazon. Now, those work great, but here's what I found. You got to keep the wood dry, I mean, pretty much throughout its whole life before you use those things. I let this stuff get wet, I threw the tarp on it, and then that moisture sat in that cover and just kind of with condensation, it didn't have a chance to dry out. So keep that in mind if you're going to cover your firewood. I really do think the best way is just using the IBC tote covers, put it on top, that way air can get to it. Air definitely helps with drying firewood, and I learned that lesson this year. I was trying to really combat the snow settling on the top of it, and I just need to make time and cut the bottoms of those totes off and use them. So here's a quick tip. If you're using these type of splitters, you want to make sure that the wood is all the way seated on this splitter rail here. I find myself lifting it up because it's easier for me to kind of line up the sharp edge here. Well, when doing so, if I have my hand underneath here with this gap, this is liable to split and pinch my hand between the wood and this part of the splitting wedge. All the force will come down on your hand. I got my pinky finger a couple times where I've pinched it. So make sure that you have, the wood seated down here on the rail, both directions. But I'm pretty impressed with the speed of this thing. Granted, I'm splitting some easy cherry. When we get into some oak and some other things like that, it might give me an issue. But I wanted to show the first job with this, essentially. And as I get jobs with the splitter, I will make more content on this thing. So I got a couple other welding projects I want to show you that I've been working on throughout the winter. Well, early fall, really, and I kind of designed the product in the fall, worked on getting it built, and now I just have to install it on the machine. So I'm going to show you, take a guess in the comments what you guys think this is. Here we go. Trying some new camera equipment as well. So like I always say, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, please click the like button, subscribe if you aren't, and we'll see you on the next video.